Hello and welcome to the long and very detailed tutorial for the flat collar blouse I call the Ruza sewing pattern. The link to download is available in the description below, and this video is actually in two parts because there's a lot of prep work information. I know that people find that boring, so I just made that its own video if you want to look at it, like if you want to know how much fabric to buy, what fabrics you need, notions, things like that. It's all in that video. And just for the actual garment construction, I made a separate video. So if you want to see that, check the link in the description below. So this video is going to be about the prep work. So let's just go through those details. You know, it's better to be safe than sorry. So just go through those details. And if you have any questions, of course, you can email me. Tools and supplies. You're going to need 8 or 9 buttons, lightweight fusible interfacing, cut 2 strips of interfacing that is 3/4 of an inch wide and 30 inches long, 2 25-inch lengths of 1-inch single fold bias tape. You will need typical sewing tools and supplies such as sewing machine, iron board, scissors, fabric pen, thread, and new sewing needles. You may want to use a universal needle in 80-12. Use an all-purpose thread or polyester thread that matches your fabric. There's no need for special thread. For the sleeveless version, you will need 2 25-inch lengths of 1/2 inch single fold bias tape. Read instructions to determine how you will approach this project and decide what else you need exactly. Suggested fabric. Light to medium weight woven cotton. I use spoon flower. I have a background in graphic design, so I know how to print my art and pattern onto the fabric. I have a video tutorial about that as well. Size chart. Be sure to find out your size using this chart in the sewing pattern. It includes size and measurements for this blouse. This pattern uses the USA size system. It is highly recommended to take accurate measurements. The model on the title page, me, has a 28-inch waist size, wearing a size 6. If you are uneasy about this, please take your time, study size charts. I have a link below to help you. How much fabric should you buy? I can't stress this enough. Don't overbuy fabric. I provided a chart in the sewing pattern so you can calculate exactly how much you need. Want to skip the chart? Just buy 2 yards or 1.9 meters of main fabric and 3/4 of a yard or 0.7 meters of contrast fabric for the collar. That's enough for any size. If you have a few minutes, simply find your size in the sewing pattern chart. Then use the chart that matches your fabric width to determine how much fabric you'll need for the main body, sleeves, and collar. Your fabric width is listed on the fabric bolt in store and in the product description when shopping online. Prep work. Before getting started, wash and dry your fabric. Then iron out the fabric so it has no wrinkles. You can press the placket folds at this point. You can transfer the pattern onto your fabric with A4 US letter size or A0 paper, projector, or even print the pattern directly onto the fabric with the vectors. Be aware of shrinking and warping though. Make sure the grain, typically the stretchier side, is along the width of the blouse. Mark notches and dart lines on the back of the fabric, the wrong side. You can use a fabric pen. I personally use a light colored washable marker for kids. Cut bias tape that is 1 inch wide and 22 inches long. For the sleeveless version, you will need 2 25-inch lengths of 1/2 inch wide single fold bias tape. Cut 2 strips of interfacing that is 3/4 of an inch wide and 30 inches long. Adjust it so it is slightly shorter than the placket. Parts of the blouse. Please take the time to familiarize yourself with all the names of the parts of the blouse. I will refer to them by these names in the instructions, so it is really important to know which one is which. Parts like upper collar and under collar can be easily confused. Garment construction.